Demi here again with Youth and Vitality, bringing you weight loss, wellness, beauty tips, starting off with a lot of weight loss. And today I want to talk about weight loss based off your age. If you're not experiencing this, maybe you know someone who is, who's talking about how, easy it used to be to get the weight off when we're younger, and how weight gain and weight loss changes as we get older. So in our 20s, for both men and women, we have these nice, efficient metabolisms on our side. So typically with just some diet and exercise changes, you start to see results pretty quickly. And that's because your metabolism, if you've been watching, any of our other videos, I've been talking a lot about the role your metabolism plays and how important it is. And your response time has to do a lot with your metabolic rate. So what does that look like in real life? It looks like if you go to the gym for a month, are you going to see any type of results? If you follow something, how quickly is your body going to respond to what it is that you're doing? And also, it's kind of our body's starvation mode gauge. So think of your body like a bank, and that's the accountant for for the bank, right? And if there's too much money going out and not enough coming in, then we go on a budget. And your body is very, very similar. It's geared very, very similarly. So your savings account is your body's fat stores. So in our 20s, our metabolisms are nice and fast and efficient. We haven't had these shocks to our body that would slow our metabolic rates down. That can include hormonal changes, that can include yo-yo dieting, that can include grief, lots of things that can cause this metabolic shift to take place as we go through life. So men and women both have a pretty easy time in most cases. There's always, special exceptions, of course, but for the most part, if I'm coaching someone under 30, we're talking just about calorie versus exertion type options, or if, there's a slowed metabolic rate present, that's when we would talk about something different, which is what I'm going to get into when I talk about weight loss in 30s and 40s. So for women, 35 and above, our hormones basically start to change quite a bit. And we hear women above the age of 35, as far as like risks involved with pregnancy and things like that change. So, it's just out there in a lot of ways that after 35, our bodies change a lot. And that definitely affects how your body gains weight and how you're able to lose weight. So when you're in your 30s, if you start to experience weight gain that is a little bit different, a little more stubborn, in the sense where you don't feel like you're eating really anything that's justifying the weight that you're gaining, that's a really big sign that your body's in like a hormonal storage mode. That is usually one of the main things that I hear. Also, just not being that hungry. So if those are things you're experiencing, most likely you are one of those people who is in kind of like a stuck, slowed metabolic state. And basically how you work to undo that is you have to put your body in a medical state, a more medical state of a fat burn mode versus that traditional diet and exercise, which is just going to take a very long time. And there's lots of healthy ways to do that. And then basically 50s and beyond. So this is the first part where men start to experience some hormonal weight gain. They get to take it all the way into their 50s before that typically starts to catch up with them. And that's where we'll start seeing a lot of weight gain in the belly area. Belly weight gain is very hormonally linked for both men and women. And that's because deep inside fat, which is visceral fat that's in between your vital organs, is very much tied to hormonal weight gain. Your body stores fat differently when it's in a hormonal weight gain place. And so how you solve this problem is very individual for the person. You have to have a really good understanding of where you are currently, food sensitivities. You're going to need some natural metabolic stimulation. But really, the biggest thing with hormonal weight gain is to focus on blood sugar, focus on carbs, make sure you don't lose any lean muscle, and really the blood sugar thing, I just can't bring that home enough, that is the most important aspect of addressing weight loss when it comes to hormonal or slowed metabolic rate weight gain. And how you speed up your metabolism is by making frequent deposits into your bank account, right? You have to be eating enough of the right things, which is going to be lean proteins, chicken, fish, lean beef. I basically can provide a menu of these types of things, and I'm sure nutritionists and depending on where you're watching this from, this information is out there. And so you want to find the right lean proteins for you, the right healthy fats, the right low sugar veggies, and then look for natural metabolic stimulating supplements. We do have a weight loss support pack here, but the reason that I'm bringing it up is because we only offer it because it is a no dependency option. So that's a really big thing that I like to get out there. Don't start something that's going to give you a temporary solution, and then as soon as that solution is no longer in your system, your body kind of goes haywire. I've seen this a lot with certain diets that are out there that are hormonally based, where you get these really great results the first time you do it. People who do it multiple times usually only get results the first, maybe second time, and that's because when the hormone that they're using to get the weight off is no longer present, your body's going to go haywire. And typically, unfortunately, I will see clients who gain the weight back plus some. So definitely don't introduce anything that's going to cause a dependency, because that will overall make the problem worse. Because if you do gain the weight back, your metabolism is in a worse, more stuck place than it was in the very beginning. So another thing that can really, really help is red light therapy. So I'm going to start talking more and more about that. I'm actually going to show you guys. So this is our little room here for coaching. We're going to go right around the corner into here. All right. So this is the red light therapy machine. Okay, and red light therapy does a lot of amazing things. It's fantastic for healing. It's fantastic for anti-aging, stimulating collagen production, but it also signals the subcutaneous fat cells, so the fat cells underneath your skin, to open up and drain. And when you can get that stimulation, that on its own helps to stimulate your metabolism. So for people who are in these hormonally stuck places, for people who are in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, who just feel like no way this weight is coming off, I want to let you know that there are options available out there. I suggest red light therapy as a booster option because, once again, it's natural. You're not damaging your fat cells like some of the other options out there. You don't want to damage your fat cells, because if you ever do gain weight back in the future, it can go in very unnatural places, and that is really difficult to target when that happens. So natural is the best way to go. You want to help your body do what it is supposed to do on its own naturally. That's where the name Youth and Vitality comes from. Really just about trying to get education and tools and resources available to people who feel like, there's only one way to tackle weight loss and it's not working for them. So then they go into this place of nothing, it must just be me and I'm going to be like this forever. And that's just not the case. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel so that we know that there's, interest out there for it. I'm going to continue to put my brain as much as I can on here. We're going to be doing some interviews with personal trainers and the doctors doctor that oversees the program here, who's an amazing chiropractor here in Bellevue. His name's Dr. Jeremy Welch. So we're going to be able to interview him at some point. And we're going to be, just diving into beauty aspects, wellness aspects, and I'm going to continue to expand on the weight loss coaching. I even have a couple of my clients who are willing to allow me to film their coaching sessions, so you guys can kind of see in real time what we're debunking, how we problem solve, what the solutions are that we come up with, which will be really fun. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already, so that you don't miss any of these amazing tips and tricks that are usually only available to our clients here. But with this pandemic and with people being at home and just everything, I really want to get this information out there and help as many people as possible. Thanks, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy.